Peace and love. Flowing and growing with Sister and Zanga. Hey y'all. Hope you guys are well. I'm just sitting here enjoying this beautiful day, and chill. What I'm saying, I'm chilling because I'm being productive. I have some things I have to do, and I was just reflecting on the day and just when it's rainy outside, it's just nice to be able to be at home, just chill and do something that you enjoy doing. So that's what I'm doing, taking care of little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I was just sitting there thinking, I said, well, this would be a good subject to talk about, and that subject is that when we think about our history, and people saying, well, why are we angry? Why does it matter about the our history that they have taught us, and stuff about like why we ain't feeling all these all these white people, or or non melanated people, because everybody it's a shame everybody hating on us because they know who we are, and they know the power we got. So as long as they continue to keep us down, make us look like that we're less than what we are, you know, blah blah blah. So anyway, just thinking back, but the fact is that I wanted, I haven't had a conversation with anybody this lately to talk about this, but so I just thought I'd create the conversation myself, and because people need to understand that what we have to live with, we have to live with back in the day. First, they enslaved us in certain places. Back in the day, they would kill us, just for because they could get our body parts and stuff like that. They would rape our women. They would hang us from trees. I mean, so this is our reality. This is a certain group of people did this thing to our people, and I have to live with that, knowing that. And now here, but that's back in what, 50s, 60s, whatever. And then going forward, there's so many different people that have passed, and that we know that this system killed them. Even like people who was was on drugs, like Whitney Houston. They gave her the drugs. Gil Scott Heron. They gave him the drugs. You know what I'm saying? And you see, what's his name? Ray Charles. Ray Charles was a drug addict too. You know, gave James Brown. I think James Brown, he drank more than he did. What's the name? But yeah, but I mean, so they're the ones, and you say, well, how would you mean they gave it to him? Because of course that person made them. They didn't, force feed them. But the understanding the system that we were in, these are the things that was given to us, kind of make us feel like, better about ourselves, because they give them parties, to give all the men party with give them all these women, drugs, sex, rock and roll, all this kind of stuff. But the system made it available to them and taught them that it was okay. Now you're a star. Here, take this here. You'll feel better. You don't have to worry about this. Da 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 da. Just stay with me with the context of what I'm trying to explain this in. You know, so and so even now, there's been so many deaths. We know that uh, things like they killed Tupac. Well, Biggie did whatever, but there was some bullshit up inside there about that happening. But they say Tupac's still alive, so I hope he is, brother. Respect. um, or have sent people to kill us. Because we know so much. We know so much. Um, you know, Michael Jackson. Uh, uh, what's his name? They killed Bill Cosby's son, and then they tried to destroy him. And by putting the brother in jail, when all the parties that he went on to and stuff, he got that stuff from white people. You know what I'm saying? And of course, they didn't make him do it. But you have to understand that just the way that you don't understand. Well, not you personally, but some people don't understand that there's still mental slavery. They don't do things because they like it, or they feel like it. They do it because they're told. And this system that we live in is a society that controls you, and people don't still understand it. It's a mental slavery. But I don't. That's not what I want to get into deep into right now. But check some other videos, and I talked about that. It's definitely mental slavery, but you're still a slave. If you live in that system, you have no choice but to be in it. And, but of course, some people are waking up, and I'm so happy for that. But the majority of people are, or just stuck in the program. But okay. But let me just get back to my point. I just want to talk about that we have to just live with the fact that all these people have died, and and in fact that we know. Look at all the five. um, I think I guess they're scientists or something. Um, that was all the ones who was studying, a lot of the extra, the spaceship things, that kind of stuff, extraterrestrial UFOs and that kind of thing. and 5 of them disappeared all in one time because I guess something about some project they was working on or what they knew or something, 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 and but you got to follow the news, see what I'm saying. But that's a reality that we know. So it's not really about even our people. We're talking about what the system does, But as far as our people, sure, where do you want me to start? Where do you want me to start? So they have killed off a lot of us and just say that this what happened. You know, and like I said, or either they've given them the drugs. So it's just a deep reality that we have to live in and continue to do. Like I was saying, up to today, the fact that this little boy got shot. The police killed him and shot him in the back and killed him. Then before that, the Chinese man from the store chasing the little boy and shot him in the back and killed him. The thing with the brother with the Skittles killed him. Um, what's the name of the brother? Let us can we all get along? It's Rodney somebody. You know, and the brother the Mike the guy who put the thing to his neck. I mean, we just know that these things were happening constantly. And the lady who was in the back of the police car ended up being dead. I mean, so there's so many that I could name. But these are things that we live with, and then they just wonder why do we have an issue with this fucking world. And so it's like ooh, it's a deep thing. So you have to really just think about that. That's our reality. And so in thinking about that, you have to look at it and bring it up to 2026 when you still see that they're doing other things against us as a people or as a world. And some things are specific to us because certain things they put in our community, like in the grocery stores, they don't do that stuff in other stores. And how they let just the Chinese man just wherever we at, people of color are. There's Chinese stores. You don't see Chinese stores in white neighborhoods. You don't. Ain't no Chinese food up in there. I think you may see a nicer Chinese food, Chinese restaurant, something like that. But like, this little shit that we get, in the strip malls and that kind of thing. This it's disgusting. And you see what they're doing, and you still want to just trust the system instead of at this moment, the moment you hear what I'm saying and then you get what I'm saying, is to just fucking change. Stop going the system. Start thinking of what you want to do for yourself and how you want to do it. You do not have to comply to every damn thing that goes on. But the fact is that, excuse me, I'm trying to say it and not say it, is that we're tied up in a system where you got to at least have the image of something to people to like you or people to I don't know what the fuck that shit is because you know what I'm saying. So we always got to be showing other people what we're doing. Like I'm doing it just whatever the latest is. What hotels you stay in, or we got to show them the food that you're eating. What the fuck for? Go and enjoy yourself and have a good time. Pick some pictures for you, whoever you with, da 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 da, or if yourself or you're by yourself. But why you got to put it up here and let everybody see that well, yeah, I'm staying here, I'm gonna stay in this. That's crazy as hell. And you fools because you spend all that fucking money and you're not really enjoying yourself. What you're doing is just making a show for other people to see, so they can think what about you. Fuck, they know you for sure. I'm not saying whether this is a good person or a bad person, but they know you for sure who the fuck you are. Even whether you put on that video, they know that you either fucked the person or maybe a decent person. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to say, y'all, you got to stop. You just have to make a decision to change. Stop eating McDonald's. Stop eating hot dogs. Because we know for a fact, you know for a fact that shit is poison. And now I see that they just released, the government gave them permission to like manufacture food. So they're going to be able to sell meat that's made up in a lab, not from a fucking animal. And if you don't know no better, you're going to be eating that shit. What the fuck? I mean, so when is the time? When is the time? You know a lot. I told that thing think. Take THINK. That means taking a hold of and implementing new knowledge. So when you learn shit, you got to make a change. You just don't know it and then just keep this going on, killing yourself for the most part because of the things you eat, you drink, and you consume, the things you put on your body, things in your hair, all that kind of stuff. They fucking of us around all the way around. Anyway it comes, they coming at us with something that's not good for us. And it's something that is slowly just killing us. And we continue to embrace it, use it, say it, live it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, the time is now, y'all. Just get the fuck out the systems. I mean, it's a process, for sure. It's a process. But you have to make a decision that you're no longer going to do things like that. Like celebrating holidays. I saw this one thing. That's it. Now 4th of July's over. Now we got to think about Halloween and da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da-da. Ain't that some bullshit? You see how programmed people are? You ain't got to be thinking about that shit. What the fuck you got to think about that shit for? This is a money making thing that they do for us, making us think you got to do this, you got to do this. That you do not have to participate in none of that stuff. You're gonna make you. It ain't gonna make you or break you. But it'll keep money in your pocket and start making you think about what is this really for? And the stories that they tell behind most of that stuff is something that they just made up. Go make up your own fucking idea and decide it's gonna be on this day, and amongst your family and your friends, y'all celebrate that every such and such and such because you're celebrating the da 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 da. That's all the fuck it is. You can do it too. But they've been doing it for years. What, 400 years? They've been doing it for years. So that's why it's just like a fucking program that, it's still crazy that even, you know, back in the day when I was a child, I'm almost 70 years old. And the same thing, they just tell the same thing. They still teaching children the same nursery rhymes, still telling you got to get this tetanus shot because if you step your foot on a nail, what the fuck? They've been telling us the same thing for over 100 years or more, or more. They use the same thing. It's a program. So the point I'm making, it's a program. It goes on. They repeat it, and then if you give it to your child. You know, boy, I got persecuted as a mother, trying to give my children something other than what the system was trying to give me. That's a whole nother story. But yo, I'm just saying, time is now. Just start doing this thing different. Start doing that thing different, or changing this, or that or whatever you do. Think about it. Like, why you participate in what's that? What they? Well, Halloween is miserable. What's the one where they wear all the green? Y'all ain't whatever that thing, Irish or whatever, something. Why are you participating in that shit? You spend money in it, huh? For what? So I'm gonna stop here. The time is now, y'all. Okay, the time is now. Peace and love. God loves you, and so do I. Please put some comments in here. Let me know that what you think about what I'm saying. Am I crazy as hell, or do you like, oh yeah, sister, or yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell my auntie, or what? Come on, talk black to me, please, 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 please. All right, I'm out. Peace and love.